What a week it has been for crypto and NFTs. On today's episode of Web3 and Me, presented by FLOLiO, we are going to go into everything that's happened this week in the world of cryptos, NFTs, how Sam Bankman-Fried not only screwed the entire crypto market, millions of people, but how he is hurting NFTs as well. It's been a week. First and foremost, I feel for anyone who had money on FTX and who got screwed over there, as well as the other crypto exchanges that are currently impacted as well. So first and foremost, Dan and I are thinking about you guys. Hope you're doing okay. Please like today's stream, subscribe to our channel, head to FLOLiO.com for all of your NFT portfolio management needs. Nothing we say today is financial advice. We ask that you please do your own research when it comes to any buying and selling decisions. Dan, it's been an absolute shitstorm of a week. You said before the show, and I agree with you, I feel like I've aged multiple years in this 1 week alone. Tuesday and Wednesday felt like the longest days of my life. Like, this has been absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been in NFTs for what, like 1.5 years or something, I guess. Yeah. At least I have. And I've grown so accustomed to NFT type news, right? Like, oh yeah, in 2 months we'll drop this, in 2 months we'll do this. And then this week in crypto has been like, oh yeah, we're like 8 billion short. Oh yeah, like the most absurd news you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, we've gotten used to these little NFT projects that are worth $1 million or $2 rugging, but we're not used to exchanges worth 15 billion or however, in the teens of billions rugging. Yeah. Like, my God, it's been bad. It's been really bad. But I will say that I'm very, very proud to be a part of the NFT community. I think for the most part, everyone has rallied together. And if you're not on Twitter, for NFT stuff, you should be, because it has been it's been good to see everyone kind of picking each other up. Like there hasn't been the same level of everyone trying to dunk on each other. It's more trying to help each other out, dunk on Sam Bankman and his group of idiots. And we'll get through this. It's just crazy that in the last 6 months we've had Celsius, Voyager, Three Arrows Capital, Terra Luna, FTX,
Sushi, I think.
Yeah, BlockFi is freezing withdrawals. Crypto.com is an absolute dumpster fire. I don't know if you saw the tweet earlier where it showed, and I believe this is legit. If it's not, please correct me, somebody in the comments. But I believe it showed that they have 20% of their reserves are in Shiba Inu.
Yeah,
what?
I can explain why. So
please explain.
That is what their holders have. They have their holders' holdings backed up 1-to-1. So if you're like a bank, right, and I deposit my $1 million worth of Shiba, then you have $1 million of Shiba. So I believe that is what that means. I hope, at least. If not, then they gotta.
Okay. I hope that's what it means too. DeKensis, you're going to be okay. Look at this positivity from DeKensis.
I'm just supposed to say hey guys, tuning in for the
for the alpha. No, DeKensis, I appreciate the positivity. I agree, we are going to be okay. It might take a while. It may not feel like it for a bit, but
he was asking a question, right? He was asking if we are going to be okay.
Shit. Sorry, my dyslexia. Are we going to be okay? I think you should know from what I just said to Kansas. Yes, we are going to be okay. Sorry, my kid got me up at 5 a.m. I'm on my third cup of coffee right now. Let's go. Let's have a good show. So, Dan, let's kind of pull up some of the NFT charts, and they're not great. If we head over to FLOLiO.com, we can see that through all this chaos, Kevin Shannon over there laughing at me. You love to see it. I can't blame him at all. We look at these NFTs, the 7-day volume, Bored Apes down to, the floor has taken a big old dump. Same for Mutant Ape Yacht Club. Other Ds were under 1 ETH at one point. Saw Clone X at 7.4, Azuki back under 10, Kennel Dogs at 4.5. They've gotten hit pretty hard. art gobblers. Who gives a shit about them anymore? But yeah, it's been rough. And if we add on to, you would think after all of this that people would maybe learn to, what do you say right there? All the rent money investors. That's true. You're probably right. You would think that people would learn from all the, like, how bad it's gone for those taking leverage, but we still saw another round of Ben Dow, ape liquidations that have driven the price down. We've seen a ton of wrapped ETH offers were getting accepted. The floor was getting undercut. That triggered the Ben Dow auctions, which we have dealt with in the past. It's like, I don't know what it's going to take for people to learn their lesson around, borrowing against NFTs and playing with leverage when they have no business playing with leverage. Like, it's just out of control.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Why are people doing this, man? Come on, guys.
I get that people are, people are desperate. They want to make money. They're having a rough go of it, but like, this is not the way. Like, having patience and, making, holding for a while, like, that's the way. Trying to flip apes for a 3 ETH profit or a 1 ETH profit like Franklin, that's not the way to do it right now. So let's be a little bit smarter out there. We did see ApeCoin took a pretty big hit earlier. It has bounced back slightly. It got under $3 at one point because there was speculation that Bored Ape Yacht Club had all of their treasury on FLOLiO, which was part of FTX. They confirmed that that's not the case. They moved the money off of there. They have some of their money on Coinbase, but the majority of it is in treasury bonds as well as just cash in the bank. So Yuga is not in danger. That there was, right now, and I said that, Twitter was a good place to be. At the same time, it's a terrible place to be because so many people are using this as an opportunity to blast out completely unfounded information that has no basis in reality for the sole sake of getting likes, retweets, and followers. So it's kind of an absolute shit show as well, which is why you should only be following myself and Dan, because we are the only ones who aren't putting out fake news. So I think that's something to keep in mind too, is like, everyone is super reactionary. Everyone is on edge. And right now is probably a good opportunity, to just maybe step away if you need to. Not from this show. Please continue to watch this show till the end. But if you need to step away from crypto and NFTs for a bit, there's nothing wrong. We'll still be here when you get back.
Yeah, it's like JWeb just said. It's people, something with people and flooding like Bored Ape Yacht Club whenever they get the chance to. They already said before that they didn't have any holdings on FTX.com, I believe. I think they chose that pretty specifically because the .com is different than the .us, apparently. I had no clue. I didn't even know FTX existed. But hey, I do now. So I'm now a grand master at understanding FTX. No, I'm kidding.
I did know.
It's gone.
And thankfully, Kevin Shannon on Monday alerted me to what was going on, and I got the money that I had off of there and moved it, and so it's now safe, thank God. But that was definitely not a fun experience, and it's just a reminder. It's probably for the best to, have your money not on a centralized exchange. So on one of our crypto shows next week, Kevin Shannon and I are going to go over how to set all that up, how to use Ledger Live to manage your fund so it's not on a centralized exchange. So keep an eye out for that. But what else? It's the NFT market has just been kind of grinded to a halt with all of this news because no one's really paying much attention, which when this is kind of in my opinion, when other people are fearful, it's time to get a little bit greedy. Is there anything that you're keeping your eye on? There's a bunch of projects I have my eye on that if we continue to see ETH go down, I have money ready to go that I want to scoop up and look to hold some of these things for the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 projects right now that I think is, not financial advice, the usual. Projects that I'm keeping an eye on. I'll just call it that as well, a winky face. And that's, I think, is the other side and Cool Cats. the other side is like under 1 ETH last time I checked. That's pretty insane for the other side. I think it's pretty low risk. Like the risk is always there. But this is something that I've always said on this show, and that's I think that the floor of the other side is all kind of coincides with the NFT sentiment in general. So if the market, if market conditions improve, then I personally think that the other side will also improve floor price wise, at least.
Yeah, right now the price floor for other deeds is 1.04. We do know that at some point in Q4, and we're almost halfway through Q4, that there's going to be the next like test run of it. And I think, not that you should be trying to flip things quickly right now, but I think that there is a potential to flip some other deeds, not for a huge profit. I'm not expecting them to go back to like 2 ETH, but I do think there is some flip potential there for other side when they announce the next voyage. And if that goes well, and they kind of give a little bit more clarity as to the frequency of these. And, I don't think they're going to give us an idea of when the actual like full on other side is going to launch. But I think we could gain a little bit of clarity as far as like the consistency and the cadence of these tests that we still have like 10 more to do.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. I think it's hard if the current pace of voyages continues. I think we'll be done in like 3 years. That's of course that's not really the pace that you're looking for when you're trying to invest in this NFT project. Some people say like, yeah, this is like a 10-year thing for me. More realistically, you want to see some results in a year, maybe a year, 1.5 years, or something. If like long term, I think 1 year is pretty decent right now, at least.
I kind of view it as more of like the full thing isn't going to be ready to rock. It's going to be like a 3-year build out, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do think we'll continue to get more, more functionality and get to test it more. I'm keeping my eye on Moonbirds for one, as well as Moonbird oddities. The Moonbirds are under an 8 ETH floor, which is still pretty expensive. I want to say that earlier this week they got down under 7, but they bounced back up a little bit. We know that proof is not going away. They're going to keep, I think adding value. There's a lot coming still in Q1. Like everyone is so tied up with what's happening right now. They're not seeing that in Q1, there's going to be the Moonbirds Mythics. As far as we know, there is still going to be the proof token in Q1 that hasn't gotten delayed yet, as far as, like the Gutter Cat Gang token has. Like that could totally change. And that's where the risk is with buying Moonbirds now, is just like we saw with Gutter Cats. Like Gutter Cats, that's one I think is undervalued at this point too. But Gutter Cats took a huge hit when it got announced. Holy shit, they're down under 3. Dickenza's proof. Kevin Rose said today that all of, they had their funds over on Gemini, which I don't love that they're on a centralized exchange, but Kevin Rose still, I believe, has confidence in Gemini. I think that's still kind of a risky proposition, but that's the only one I know. I haven't heard anything else like from Gutter Cats. I saw once again another one of those tweets about Azuki. Like, does Azuki, people trying to do like some amateur sleuthing as far as going through the blockchain and seeing if Azuki had their money on FTX. Haven't heard any word on that one yet. But I do think that, Moonbirds is a good option. I didn't realize that Gutter Cat Gang got under 3. I sold my one Gutter Cat. My timing was great. I sold mine for 6.2 like a month and a half ago. Like I got lucky there. But I think, Gutter Cat Gang is probably an interesting look. The rats are down to 0.45. The dogs are 0.66. The pigeons. I mean, you can get a full gutter set right now for about 4 ETH, which was, less than just a cat as recent as a month ago. So, and their token is going to come out eventually. I don't think Gutter Cat Gang is going anywhere unless we hear that they lost all their money, in which case that's not great. So I think we haven't seen everything that is going to play out due to FTX yet. I would say as some of these projects become more transparent and let us know, let their holders know that their money is safe, then is a good opportunity to start looking at buying some of these at a discount.
Yeah. Carry on.
I'd also say trying to find deals on projects that don't require the team to do anything, like art, and trying to look for some of these generative art projects that don't need to deliver anything to maintain value into the future. Like what I'd really like to get is like a Chromie Squiggle or something, but those are out of my price range at the moment. Those are still at 14 ETH the last I checked. And I also think that if I bought a Chromie Squiggle for about $18,000, my wife would kick me out of the house, and I don't really have anywhere else to go, so that's not an option for me at the moment.
Yeah. So speaking about Chromie Squiggle, there's this NFT football project, like soccer. I mean, and their shirts have a Chromie Squiggle on them. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So they're partnered. So I think they're gonna send them out next month or something. So I'll be having a physical Chromie Squiggle. So I'll take it.
Very cool. That is quite cool, Daniel.
It was Walk Me United. I couldn't remember the name. Like it's not great, but I'll take the Chromie Squiggle. Thank you.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll see, a country with a Chromie Squiggle on their World Cup jersey coming up here.
That'd be amazing. That'd be great.
Weeks. What else? So you said you're looking at Cool Cats still. They announced that aren't they going to have something with the World Cup? Was that what I saw?
Yeah, so they partnered with OneFootball and Animoca. And OneFootball is a huge app. I think it's probably the biggest football, soccer mobile app. So that's insanely big. I don't even know how many users they have. I checked their Twitter. They have 8,000 followers, which is not that much. But I know that the app is recommended by everyone. Everyone says, oh, this is the most, I don't know, most honest app, most helpful app, whatever. And I'm not sure what Animoca did in this deal. Maybe help them connect or something. But basically, the long story short is they're gonna have these NFTs from Cool Cats with I think there's a country on them or something because there's countries for every country that participates in the World Cup, and then when they progress in the tournament, the card upgrades or changes or something. So that's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Yeah, it's fun to see, some of these projects do something, with these big cultural events, if you will. And I hope we continue to see that. I'm excited for the World Cup. The USA is in the same group as England, and so they play against England the day after our Thanksgiving over here. So I'm excited. I'll going to go to a pub with some buddies and watch the USA probably get their asses kicked by England, but it's going to be a good time.
There you go. I thought it was Wales or something, but I might be mistaken.
They're in the same both? Wales is also in that group.
Wow, that's such a crazy group. Wow.
It's USA, England, Wales, and then a Middle Eastern country. I can't remember. It might be.
That's a crazy group.
Yeah, it should be good. Yeah, let's see. What else in the NFT world can we talk about that isn't just about? I mean, everything's focused around FTX right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can talk about Bored Ape hitting 60 ETH again, because I think that was at one point was 60 ETH not the lowest it touched for a long time, a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, it hit that. It's back to 64.8 now. There was some video from a conference where the CEO was talking about how there should be there's going to be some more stuff happening with Bored Ape Yacht Club later this year. I think that this is once again a bit of overkill on the panic. We saw this, we saw the same situation play out with Celsius and 3AC, right? Where there was a day or two that the number of sales in wrapped ETH were considerably higher than, ETH, people accepting offers versus buying outright. And so I think that's just another symptom of what's happening here. And I still believe that there is plenty of value. So ApeCoin staking, that is going forward. They held the spaces this week. So if we want to, I'll touch on that a little bit. But beginning November 28th, they're going to have the ApeCoin staking site live. and then 2 weeks later, the actual staking will begin. So they're giving people time to, test out the site, get their money situated, get their ape coin ready to stake with their apes, mutants, and dogs. So I guess that is one positive, is that ape coin staking is not being delayed by this SEC probe, which tells me that it's probably going fairly well with SEC probe. I don't know. Lord knows I'm not a securities lawyer, so that's just my interpretation of it. But that also kind of tells me too that a lot of these other tokens, like Gutter Cat Gang, they are being their staking with their token is also being handled by Horizon Labs, which is doing ApeCoin staking. So that kind of leads me to believe that we should expect to see Gang token in the not too distant future. And also that the proof token from Moonbird should also be on its way, hopefully early next year in Q1, like they initially said.
Yeah, so I have one question for you. That is, this is something people have been talking about on Twitter, and that's, should projects stop or like not publish any large updates because of this FTX stuff, from like a marketing point of view or like a financial point of view?
So like, should projects not say, like, not have a roadmap, like as far as like what they're building, or
like let's say there's a project like Gutter Cat Gang. Let's say they have their token and the token is ready. It's ready to be released, and they want to, but then all this FTX stuff happens. Do you think a project should not release something like that because of FTX?
No, I don't think so. I think they should still go forward with it. And I saw someone else make this point of like other big, if you're trying to be a major brand in Web3 and you're trying to go mainstream, like you can't delay large advances in your business because market conditions aren't perfect. Like, because who knows when market conditions are, like, who knows how long this bear market is going to last in crypto and NFTs? Is it going to be 6 months? Is it going to be 2 years? Like, are you going to keep your holders waiting on big advancements in the business for 2 years, potentially, if that's how long the bear market is? So I think you just kind of have to, if let's say it's a token drop, which is what, people want and are concerned, and rightfully so, that if a project drops a token, the value is going to tank right away. At that point, like we've seen with Gutter Cat Gang, that they've said that their token is going to be used in their Gang Wars game, in other parts of the ecosystem with like with the clones, with there's was it Gutter Picks is going to be like their sports betting part of the ecosystem. So if they're going to launch a token, I think having some form of utility from the jump is the best way to handle that. But I don't think they should delay the drop of the token or the advancement of the project because the market conditions aren't perfect.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't exactly remember the exact thing that I'm gonna say, but there are some posts saying 80% of something, like large companies in the US or whatever, were made during a recession. And I found that pretty interesting. Like companies like Microsoft were founded, right? During a recession. So, just because market conditions aren't great doesn't mean you should stop any like large advances, I think.
Yeah, like if your ambition is to truly build something big that is going to, permeate mainstream culture, not just Web3, then you can't be afraid to release stuff just because the timing isn't perfect. Like I think that shows, in my view, that shows a lack of confidence in what you're creating if you're not willing to release it during a bear market.
No, I agree. Like stuff you should drop should be so big that it's going to blow everything out of the water, right?
Yeah, and even if it does hit speed bumps out from right out the gate, that's okay. Like, do we want to see what happened to Milk Token for Cool Cats happen to Gang Token? No, we do not, because that was very bad. But there's also the utility with that token was pretty much non-existent, right? Yeah. Like if Gutter Cat Gang, and here's the other thing I'll say is Gutter Cat Gang has overpromised and underdelivered. Like they had this huge roadmap. It's it was one of those visual roadmaps like Yuga had put out, but unlike Yuga, who didn't commit to a certain length of time for the roadmap, when Gutter Cat Gang sent out the initial tweet, it was Gutter Cat Gang 2022 roadmap. And there was a lot of stuff on there for them to accomplish in just one calendar year. So I think that was a pretty monumental mistake on their part to lock themselves into, hey, we're going to get all of this done in 2022. And if you don't believe me on that one, go to the Gutter Cat Gang Twitter account. I believe that tweet was sent out middle of December or late December last year, but it's there, and I think that's a bad look, and that was a mistake on their part.
Isn't that what we mentioned as well when they dropped it? I think when we read it, I think we mentioned that there's a lot on there. Like, it's gonna be hard to complete everything. I might be mistaken on this, but I vaguely remember talking about it.
Yeah, no, I believe we did last year, because we had have we been doing it? We've almost been doing this show for a year now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember exactly when we started, but my God, it has been a long time.
Yeah. But it's been a long time, but it's been a good time too. Okay, Dan, did you make your bed today?
Of course.
Wait, there we go.
I should make sure. There you go.
Dan still made his bed. You love to see it. Man, what else is going on? Like I said, Art Gobblers has gone belly up. That shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, shocker, right? Yeah.
Their goo token went from trading at like $2,000 to like $3. Like that. Talk
Really?
about that went to hell in a handbasket. Let me pull that up real quick. Let's look at coin market cap real quick, because I don't think that's in trading view. Yep, here we go. Art Gobblers goo, $9.
What?
Let's look.
That is crazy.
I'm gonna pull this up real quick.
So how did you even get one goo? Do you know?
You had to from the Art Gobbler. I don't know if it was like a one goo a day thing, but here we go.
My God.
Yeah, I mean, talk about.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it peaked at, I guess, around 1,500, and it's just flatlined.
I love the comments always on CoinMarketCap.
Real 10,000x is coming.
I love it, man.
Oh man, yeah. That's, if you ever need a good laugh, that's a place to take it. Yeah. See there's really. How are you handling? So you're looking at Cool Cats. Are you looking to sell anything? Are you doing any tax loss harvesting? Are you just kind of standing pat for now?
I took profits like 2 months ago, I think. So I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with what I have, and yeah. I mean, I got my stuff. I bought two ETH worth of wool yesterday, I think, and it's still kind of around the same price. And that's honestly all I'm gonna be doing for a bit. I thought about picking up another other side, because one ETH it's just too appealing, I think. Yeah. Might deploy some fiat. Unsure. I've deployed fiat once, and that was for Times Magazine. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'm happy, and I'm maybe, I don't know, maybe blessed that I've only had to deposit fiat once. I've done everything I have done with my initial like 0.08 worth of crypto. So happy to be here. So yeah. 0.08 and like random shit cryptos that I transferred from like Binance or something.
So what's the latest? I know we can't get through an episode without talking about Wolf Game. So what is anything new there? Because I know Q4 game is supposed to go live, or at least the first version of it. Has there been any update outside of like the game night thing they're hosting in the coming days?
There's been some teasers, because it's like one tweet every, usually around 2 days. Last teaser we got was something in the sense of a little bit more of a showcase how animal energy levels is going to work. Well, more so just like how it's going to be recovered. So they need something like water or something to be to recover energy. What that means, no one knows, right? So I assume we're going to get like a large announcement during the game night. I do have to say that the game night is not about Wolf Game, but about all of these other projects instead, right? They're just the ones, I don't know, facilitating the conversation or the spaces or something. But I think a few days after that spaces, that would be their 1-year anniversary. So the next step is the white paper release, and people are speculating that that might happen either after the spaces or like on their 1-year anniversary, and that's probably when we will know an exact date. But yeah, Q4 game. So that's about it in terms of Wolf game.
Okay. Anything else we want to touch on before we wrap it up for the day?
I can't think of anything actually. Maybe something. Well, I guess worth saying. Potatoes are still consistent with floor, so
yeah.
That's
Has there been? Do you still have your potato?
Yeah. And their next evolution is going to be, I think they said soon, because they said, yeah, guys, we're going to be honest, our art isn't ready, because we kept trying to like add stuff and change stuff, and eventually we were short on time. Is what they said. So they said it was going to come this week, and I think they said it like a few days ago, maybe like 3 days ago. So their next mutation is going to happen pretty soon.
And then, do you still have your potato?
Yeah.
Do you have one of them, or did you add more for like the captains?
I have one. Yeah, I used to have two, I think, but I bought some, I sold some. So
this is another one I missed out, and I should just listen to you.
On potatoes.
Yep, on potatoes.
I think I talked about them when they were 0.6 or something? I don't recall exactly.
I'm looking at them right now, and they're so funny how they're just like flexing and in different bodybuilding pose positions. Like, it just cracks me up.
The next one is going to be more cute though. So they said this. They said this was the flexing part is mostly just for fun, because they gave out like a bunch of like gym tickets. I'm not sure how to explain, but basically they gave out 20 or something, $1,000, like, I don't know, bets, like, oh, if you do this and this, like if you exercise this much this week and you can prove it, we're gonna give you like $1,000 basically. So that's why they had this current mutation be like the flexing potatoes. And the next one is going back to like the, I don't know, original lore, and they're going cute again. So I guess we have to see what happens.
Gotta love a cute potato, man. I mean,
yeah, there you go.
What's better than that? Okay, I think we are going to wrap it for today. It has been one hell of a week. If you're, I saw a lot of people say, if you were new to crypto in the last year or two, like myself, if you survived this, you're now like an OG. Like, you're earning your battle scars at this point, because it has been a hell of a week, a hell of a year. But you know what? We're still here. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna keep moving forward, and we are. This is not gonna be our last show. That's for sure. We are. Daniel and I aren't going anywhere. So appreciate everyone for watching today. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel. Nick, we saw the entire. Yeah, I mean, we really have. Like in 1 year, we've seen all-time highs, and we've seen multiple exchanges be insolvent. So that's absolutely crazy. Please like today's show, subscribe to our channel, head to FLOLiO.com. If you enjoyed today's episode or any of our other episodes, share it with friends, family, whoever. We really appreciate everyone being here today. We'll be back next week. Whole bunch of shows talking crypto and NFTs. So for Dan, for the rest of the team at FLOLiO, I am Jeremy. Have a great weekend, everybody. Go do something fun. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.